I am just here to tell you four things. One, you should definitely go see Blood Sisters on Netflix. Two, this is a proper script. Kudos to Ebony Live. Three, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? And four, I'm going to rate this movie a 9.5 over 10 because it was that good. But there's one thing that was missing: my presence. Ebony Live has set the standard. I mean, if you're going to make a movie out of Nollywood after this, you should follow it. Nothing less but something more. Okay, guys, welcome. Hello and welcome to my channel. Forgive me if my eyes keep moving from left to right because like I'm trying to focus on the camera as well as look at my beautiful self. Welcome if you're new here. If this is the first time that you are clicking on any of my videos, you're most welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, it's a good time. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for giving me those views. We're soon going to make our first money. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about Nigeria's #1 movie right now. Drum rolls, can you guess? Of course, it's Blood Sisters. Which other movie would I be talking about? It's Blood Sisters. So Blood Sisters is actually a remake of the olden days Blood Sisters. Yeah. So the one from before was Omotola Jalade Ekende and Genevieve Nnaji, the two screen goddesses from back in the day. I mean, the people who made me feel like, oh my god, I need to be an actor. So that was about them. And today's own is about like a completely new cast. So you have Inidima Okoje, and she's one of my faves. Actually, you need to watch her in Battleground. For those of you who have not seen her range, Battleground is like, one of the best things to ever come out of Nigerian cinema, Nigerian film industry. Is really good, and she did really good. So that was when I knew her. That's when I started following her. That's when I discovered the talent that she is. So it stars Ini and Nancy Isime, two very brilliant actors, and they just suited the role perfectly. Whoever did the casting for this film did such a wonderful job, and I'm struggling to know where I want to start from. So I had jotted down a few points, yeah, that I was going to focus on. So I just need to state that my two favorite stars on this show, on this mini series, has to be Femi Ayinka, that was played by Kehinde Bankole, and Afolayan. My goodness, I can't believe I've forgotten his first name, but the actor Afolayan brother, the younger one. Those people are living my dream life. I just want to make money, and anyway, I find my partner. So yeah, those are my two favorite acts. They had such good chemistry. I cannot even It's very unlikely that you think of both of them together, but then the chemistry was mad, and they bodied their roles. Okay, maybe I should start from their matriarch. Is that what that word is called? Yeah, the matriarch of the movie, Udwak, that was played by Kate Henshaw. She carried it. She reminds me of, like, who am I going to use? Okay, from King of Boys, you remember the mom? Yeah, she was that kind of character, but she was very powerful, so she was in total control of the whole movie. And my backstory, what I like to think, is that she did not exactly like the person she got married to. So her first love, her actual love, has to be the minister. And the reason why the minister, if you haven't seen this movie, apologies, because you absolutely not understand where I'm coming from or whatever it is I'm talking about. So you first of all need to go and see this movie. It's on Netflix. Find an account, pay for an account, and watch it so you can get the gist. So yeah, I think that I know it was obvious that her first love was the minister, and the reason why she had her son Demi as her favorite was because it was the fruit of her love interest. And the reason why the vaccine deal was even going to pull through in the first place was because his father was the minister of health, or whatever minister he was that was in charge of procurement of those vaccines. And can we talk about her wardrobe? Oh my goodness. Could never be me, because like she's coming out of her bedroom all glammed up, all dressed up for the occasion. She isn't going anywhere. She was just coming to insult somebody, and she was dressed. She was pulling off, like the person who did the wardrobe, I think is Yolanda Okereke, if I'm not mistaken. She did an amazing job. Oh, and kudos to Ebony Live for pulling this off in the first place. I mean, they did all the work behind. And the crew, of course, they were fantastic. Everybody that was involved in this movie did an amazing job. So now I'm going to talk about, did you also notice how the movie addressed societal issues, social issues, one bit at a time? So now we'll talk about the angle where Kate Henshaw had a favorite child. We saw how that played out. Every other child felt neglected. Every other child felt like they weren't good enough. They were always trying to live up to the expectations of their mother. That's what happens when you as a parent favor one child over the other. You might think that it's nothing serious and the child is going to be okay, or that it's nothing serious. I mean, you bettered all of them, so they should be content with that. But when you begin to give preferential treatment to a particular child, it rubs off badly on the other ones. So the result of the whole catastrophe of the movie was because she favored him over every other child. And that's, I think, is what made him into the kind of monster that he was. Because his mother wasn't checking him, he became who he was, and he could get away with it. And then when her daughter came to her crying and all of that, the way we react to our children, or the way we react to people who are around us, matters a lot. Because the daughter at that point just needed her mother's love. She just needed some consolation. And what did the mother do? Threw her under the bus, and she went back to drugs, and then she ended up in rehab. So we need to be careful. That's one of the issues that the movie addressed. How we relate with our children, how we relate to people who are under our care. You need to be careful. You need to be sensitive to them. You need to not put it out there that you have a favorite and the other person doesn't matter. You need to work on that. And then am I going to talk about Blade? Blade could have just written on his head, I am the serial killer. Because why are you dressed that way, coming to a rich person's owambe that everybody is wearing ashoki and tying gele and tying all of the long and wearing all of the long sleeves, and everybody's like properly dressed in a prim and proper function? You decided to wear leather jacket and jeans to come and kill somebody. And what kind of serial killer is that doesn't even know his work? It's just to open somebody's car with fake key that he knows how to do. The little work that they gave him to do, just one job, kill the man. You couldn't do it. See your life. Oh, what else am I going to talk about? Oh, Kenny. Kenny, the lover boy, that was played by Ibrahim Suleiman. I'm not going to say don't love somebody. I'm not going to say don't give your all to somebody, but you need to know when to draw the line, because he just went and died for nothing. Oh, have I spoken about Uche Jumbo? Uche Jumbo's part was really like it was amazing. I mean, I think everybody was surprised that Uche and Kate Henshaw were playing mothers to grown-ups. That's a revolution. that's a revolution. I mean, that's what it is, because we saw these people acting as girls on with babies, and then, I mean, they still act as girls today, but in this movie, they acted as actual mothers to grown-up kids. And I think it was amazing to see. Although the one problem that, should I call it a problem? Because this movie is up there. So I don't think there was a problem. But there's one thing that I noticed. Uche Jumbo kept speaking Igbo, and I think that it's typical Igbo man, which I assume her husband was, because I mean the child was Duru, so they're obviously Igbos. One thing that I thought would have made sense was him actually chipping in one or two Igbo sentences. Like, he kept speaking English all through, speaking proper English, while his wife was speaking Igbo at every opportunity that she had. I think that could have been fixed. He could have just adjusted a bit. They also addressed the issue of domestic violence. She being strong enough at the point of her wedding to actually call it off. is something that a lot of women need to come to terms to. You need to be strong enough. You need to know when you've had enough. You need to know when, I mean, it's a terrible decision to keep going back. Her being strong enough at that point is something that I think is very key. That's something that the movie was also trying to address. Domestic violence, it should never be tolerated. And also, his best friend, the best man, Etem Effiong, was oblivious of the fact that that was the monster that his friend was. And there's a quote that says, "The people closest to you are the last to know your demons." Maybe we should pay more attention to our friends, because you hear some things people say, like, "Oh no, this is not the person. Oh, this is not the person." When somebody's trying to explain that, "Oh, this is what this person did," or "This is what this person does," and you're always very defensive because that is your mate, that is your friend, that's somebody that you think that you know. Or sometimes we should learn to check our friends as well. And then I like the fact that, I mean, the movie was star-studded, but then it was subtle. There wasn't too much overacting. There wasn't like over exaggeration of actions. I like how key actors, star actors, were made to play like minute roles, but then it came out strong. Imagine Joker Silva, she had just one scene in the village, and she killed it. It was good. I think that everything about the casting was right. Oh, and our new belle, the belle of the season, Jen, the younger sister who was a drug addict, she killed it for me. She killed it. That's what we love to see, and she's new, so that like gives me hope that one day one day I'm going to get the opportunity to actually kill a role the way she did. I mean, she's really good. Everybody should look out for her. She didn't get intimidated by the fact that she was surrounded by A-list stars. She was surrounded by old Nollywood and all of that. She still killed it. She did amazing. She did well. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen this movie, I really do not know what you're doing with your life. I don't know what you're doing with your spare time, because for all of you who keep complaining that Nigerian cinema is this, Nigerian cinema is that, this is something that you need to watch. It's really good. I mean, they are amazing. There are other amazing movies that have come out of Nigeria that you should see, but this, I'm saying you should see it right now. Like, as you're watching this video, you need to see it right now. Once again, my favorite acts were Femi and Yinka. Yeah, because I love their lifestyle. And then Yinka gave me this vibe of Nse from King of Boys. You know, the woman who is always trying to control her husband, who is always trying to put her house in check, who married the weakling, who couldn't do stuff, but the woman was a strong woman. She gave me that vibe. And I really, really liked them. And I mean, it's just an amazing movie. You need to see it. You need to subscribe to this channel. You need to watch my other contents. You need to drop a comment, and you need to share this video as well as watch the movie. When I say watch the movie, don't go and Google on YouTube, or don't go and search on YouTube or Google on the internet to find Blood Sisters. I saw a very funny meme that said, these Blood Sisters why they watch, be like saying a different one from somebody that went to YouTube to look for Blood Sisters. Guys, it is on Netflix and you should watch it. Shout out to my mentor, to my Madame Pris and MA for pulling all of this together, and for every crew that worked on the set. We need to also give credit to the crew, because I mean, without them, all of the actions would have been. So the crew also did an amazing job. Give this movie the kudos that it deserves. Watch it, keep streaming it, because the success of this movie is actually going to help the growth of Nollywood, because it's topping the charts in America, it's topping the charts in the UK as well. So the more screen time it gets, the better for all of us in Nigeria. Bye, guys.